Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Wednesday the 12th of March. We've got some new mods. There are no updates on console. I think there's one update on PC actually. There's no updates on console. So we might as well crack straight along. We have got in front of us the Karcher pack. This is by ModPassion, 0.36 megabytes download, 2 slots. And 1 slot, and you will see why. Interestingly, if we go into... Actually, we can go in there first. If we come down to miscellaneous hand tools, there you've got the Karcher, and it says tool in the left hand there. There's the standard one. It's the same price. Tool in the left hand. When you buy that, that will appear in the the vehicle forecourt for you to move yourself. Then you've got this. Now this is a separate tool. You don't need that. It's just the wand. You can have it in the left hand or the right hand. So if you're left-handed or right-handed, you can specifically choose now which you'd rather have. 4,500, 4,500 because they're mobile. I mean, that's mobile, but more mobile because you can technically run with these, I guess. But no options within those. But if we come out of there, and we go into our build mode, under tools and our build mode, we've got this one here. Now this one can be placed anywhere on the map. So rather than it spawning here, if you get it from the other menu, and then you've got to take it wherever you want to take it, if you go into this menu, you can then place it wherever you want on the map. So if you've got a farm in a particular place, you can place it, then you haven't got to put it onto a trailer, you haven't got to take it wherever. But they are both still drivable. That is the one that spawned over there. So I do that. We can start it up. And we can wheel it around. The one that I placed from the other menu is this one here, and we can do exactly the same thing. So the difference between the two locations is just one can be placed somewhere on the map, the other one you've got to take it there on the map. But then we click on that, tool in the left hand, tool in the left hand. If you've gone for one of the other options, I definitely got one. I got tool in the right hand. I'm sure I did. Maybe it's because I went to use one of the other ones as well. There we go. So tool in the right hand. So it's up to you. Right hand, left hand. Works exactly the same way. Difference to this one is you put it away and it's with you all the time. So you don't need a base unit. It's kind of always there. So wherever you are, if you need to do a bit of jet washing, you can crack right along. So there we go. That's the Karcher pack by ModPassion. Behind us, we've got a house from the 70s. It has time travelled here. This is by Consi. Of course it hasn't. 12.8 megabytes download, 17 slots, 50,000 to buy. Build mode, farmhouses, just there. There's no option for any customization, any colour option, anything like that. You get it just as it is. We can go into the building. Our sleep trigger is on the outside, but we go in. And there are various different rooms you can go and explore. The back doors don't open. It didn't have a option for open door. And then we've got a wardrobe trigger just in here. There we go. There is lighting. I don't think I found a light switch. Unless it's just in the main doorway. No. Haven't come across a light switch. So I'm assuming the lighting is automatic. And there you go. That is your house from the 70s by Consi. Next to that, we've got this. This is the farm fountain. I have to say, the level of detail on this is phenomenal. So this is the farm fountain by NASA B82. Yes. 1.17 megabyte download, 11 slots, 2,500 to buy. Once placed, the water is free. You will find it under build mode. If we come down to our decoration and others. Just there for placing. Again, no customization options. It comes just like that. The trigger is showing because I've got them showing, but it's the level of detail. The grass around the bottom of it, the swans with the flowers in. I mean, it's just, and there's a little flower put up in there as well. I mean, it looks like a stone kind of rock carved thing. It's very cool. And like I say, once you come to get your water, the water is free. Once placed. Lovely job. Farm Fountain by NASA B82. Next, just over here, I've placed a few of these. We've got these. Although, where are my bees? That's curious. There's no buzzing sound. I mean, maybe because it's maybe the time of year. We're January, but I was expecting to see bees hooning out of this. Anywho's, Beehive with large frames by doodoo RGM, 6.33 megabyte download, 4 slots, 1,500 for each set of 3. So I placed a few out. You will need a honey pallet spawn point, regardless of whether it's a modded one or whether it's the base game one. You'll need to place one of those on the map. But this is what they look like. I mean, nicely made in detail. Little shingle roofs, look at that. Even the little shingles down the front here. Very neat and tidy. Yeah, I'm assuming it's the time of year. Might be why there's no bees coming out of them. I hope that's what it is. But there you go. Beehive with 3 large frames by doodoo RGM. Just over here, we'll go past that and we'll do this. I'm just in the order I've got it written down in. We've got over here the old Cowshed by DMI 20mm Normandy. This is 6.48 megabytes download, 13 slots, 50,000 to buy, and it will hold 40 animals. You'll find it here under animals, cows, just there. I didn't show the beehives. I'm so sorry. Let me just rectify that. Did I? Bees, beehives, just there under your animals. That's where you find them. Sorry. Let's go back to our cows. So just there, we come to place it. There's no customization option for changing the colour of the building or anything like that. It stays just as it is. The triggers may be a little bit off because when it comes to the front here, it says open animal dialog box at the front. So you can open the animal dialog box here. The doors all open and close, and you know, things you might expect them to do. Main door here, side door here. Close that side door. If we come in, our feed and bedding triggers were just in here. There's no lighting, I don't think. I think it's like one of those open to let the air flow through. I haven't found a light switch, and I can't see any lights on the roof, so I think it is lightless. When we come through to the other end, there's your dialog box trigger there, inside the building. If I come around here, we've got a slurry point just there, and we've got our milk point just there. But if we come just across there, you'll see on the top left, it comes up saying open animal dialog box here as well. So I don't know if there's a trigger at either end, but it's showing here, but the actual icon is showing inside the building. So at either end, you can open up your dialog box, should you wish, for your old Cowshed by DMI 20mm Normandy. Next, we have got these. I've got one on the front, one on the rear. This is the Lizard N012 by Zimov. It is 4.38 megabyte download. 4 slots for the first one, 10 meter spread width, lime and fertilizer. So my rear one has got fertilizer in, my front one has got lime in. Again, just to double check to make sure they will both spread out to the same width. You know, and technically you can spread at the same time, although your lime will always go down faster than your fertilizer will. Now, something I found, I could not get these to fill up from the buy anything silos. I've got 2 different modded sorts over there. I couldn't get them to fill up from the bags on the floor either. I bought a big bag of lime, a big bag of fertilizer, and I couldn't get it to fill up. I had to lift it up, which I suppose is more realistic. I had to lift the bag up over the spreader. I lowered the spreaders down on the 3 points, so that one down and that one down. Lifted the bag up above it, and it filled up no problem at all. Now you may find it will fill up no problem at all from the ground for you. It might be because I've got the liftable pallets and bales mod by Yoss installed. I don't know, but I did have to lift them, and I couldn't get them to fill from the buy anything silos. So just so you're aware, if we come back up until we get to our location for fertilizer spreaders, that's where you'll find it. 790, that's all. We've got capacity 253 or 326 in litres. We've got a decal on the extension, which is around the back here. So you've got 1 or 2 or no. Then you've got covers. So you've got both covers on the spinning disc and the PTO. You've got just the PTO, just the spinning disc, or none at all. If you're feeling, flirting with danger, you can take your covers off if you want to. Attaches standard or plus trailer hitch. So if you want to take a little trailer out with you with more fertilizer or lime on that trailer, you can if you want. Main colour does that section, and then design colour does all of that. Those are your options. So starting on the rear. Oh, we do have to unfold this. There's a little lever just there. If we say unfold fertilizer bale, that lever moves. If I switch to the front one, and we'll do the same on that, so there's a lever there. Should move. There we go. Switch back to the rear. Drive away and turn it on. There we go. We'll back up in our tyre tracks if we can. Switch to our front. Now I know it's pointing the wrong way, but it should still work. Turn it on. There you go. Same spread width, 10 metres, whether it's lime or fertiliser. And again, you can run both at the same time if you want to get both tasks done at the same time, but you will definitely run out of lime before you run out of solid fertiliser. So there we go. That is the Lizard N012 by Zimov. Next, we've got this. This is the Faresin PF 1.13 by Proxim. 1.93 megabyte download, 4 slots, 13,000 litre capacity. It is a trailed feed mixer for your coos. Now you can just do a mix of silage and hay. If you do silage, hay and straw, and then there's a mineral feed in with this. Now I've done a total mix ration mix with mineral feed in here as well, and it gives the percentages, top left, you see that, where it's showing me the mixing ratio. So for 13,000 litres, if you're doing this with bales and you're doing it with individual items, the split on this works out at 4,180 litres of silage and hay, if you're doing this full split. The 20% of straw works out at 2,600 litres, and 4%, which is the mineral feed, works out at 520 litres. So if you want to put those things in, normally you can hold a bale above or just in, and it will gradually take from it rather than just gulping the whole bale in one go, which could fill the whole thing up depending on what size bales you are running. Or you might have total mix ration in a silo somewhere else, and you just want to use this as a spreader, which would be odd if you'd be better off using a trailer for doing that. This is a mixer, that is the point of it. So you'll find this under your animals. Forage mixers, just there, 30 grand. Options on this, we can change the main colour to anything on that palette, like that. License plate option there as well. 60 horsepower required to run the machine. Jump up, start the engine. Now we do have the option on this for tip side left or tip side right. So let's put on tip side left. Unload here. So if you're running down the side of a feed trough, or tip side right, so you can switch to the other side if you're running down the middle of 2 feed troughs. You should be able to see inside as well. There you go. Can we turn that on? Turn on mixer wagon. There you go. So you can see your mixer rotating in the middle to blend up your material. So you go. The Faresin PF 1.13 trailed forage mixer by Proxim. Next, making a welcome return, as you can see by the amount of stuff, and also sort of, I think, was this an addition? I can't remember. A lot of these mods have had updates on 22 and stuff like that. This is the Pavelli Rat Pack, not the Rat Pack. This Rat Pack. This is by DD ModPassion. 11.99 megabytes download and 5 slots. Now we have a low loader version, as you can see here in the lovely class colours, with a ramp for putting vehicles, machinery, equipment. You can still put bales on it. It has tension straps. You can put IBCs, anything you like, whatever you want on there. But it does have a ramp, so if you're using a skid steer loader, front loader, or anything like that for loading, you can. So there's the low loader option, and then there's the bale option. Now the bale option will load different size bales to different quantities. It says in the description. So round bales, it will do 52 bales at 1.25 metres. It will do 42 bales at 1.5, and it will do 38 bales at 1.8. So there's different bale sizes on your round balers normally. Now it does say 32 square. I went for 220s rather than 240s, and it took 32. It doesn't give separate amounts for the size of square bales. I assume it just does all square bales at 32, and then it says big square bales, which I'm assuming is the Heston bales. We haven't got a Heston baler, like the big Heston baler, have we? The big balers yet? I'm trying to think. I don't think we have on console, and it will do 24 of those. Now, when it says big bales, big square bales, that doesn't mean cotton bales. This won't do 24 cotton bales. That would be a bit bonkers. Well, let's be fair, I haven't tried loading a cotton bale on. Anyway, so you will find them in 2 locations. If we go to our baling and we go to our bale transport, you'll find the Pavelli there, which has the same options. You'll also find it under low loaders because there's obviously the low loader version, and you'll find it there as well. So, low loader or transport. Transport is for your bales. So if you're doing the bale version, that's what you want it on, because there are certain options that the low loader doesn't have that the bale transport does. For example, loading mode automatic. So it's an auto loader. You can have it automatic or manual. It's up to you. And if you go for the bale transport, you can't put the back ramp down. So it depends what version you want to go with. So just say that now. So on the transport version, we've got Continental has got 3 different tyre choices. 2, 3 and back. Then we've also got Trelleborg, BKT and back again. So loading mode, automatic or manual for your bales. That's entirely up to you. Then we've got brands, and we run through everything. We've got Pavelli, Case, Class, Deutz, Fendt, JCB. I'm not going to read them all out now, but I will scroll through. There's a whole load we can go through. We end up Valtra, Zator, then we go to a black version, then back. Now the black version, I just want to double check something. If we go to... No, it's just hub colour and rim colour. I didn't know if you went for the black version where there was an option to change the colour of the whole trailer, but I think it is just the options it gives you up here. So black, and then we go back to Pavelli. Rear lights, we've got 3 different rear light block options on there. So design 1, design 2, design 3, and then back to 1 again. Now name, it says none, then 1, and it goes through to Z. So, but I couldn't find anywhere on the trailer. It's going to be somewhere small. I could not find for the life of me where the number was changing. 1, 2, 3, 4, then it goes to the alphabet. I couldn't find it. It must be on there somewhere, but I'll be darned if I could find it. Anyway, then you've got attacher type at the front. So you've got the K80 ball hitch, F3 pin hitch. You've got air hose, your spiral or not spiral, so whichever you'd rather on that option. Beacon light flashing, that's your strobe or rotating. Tension belts orange or no. We've got type of license plate, so you can have the map, so whatever the map license plate is, or you can go for Italy. So I was going to say Italian. Anyway, you can go for Italian number plate, being Pavelli, obviously. And back again. And then we've got hub colour, so we can change the hub. Let's go for yellow, so you see that. There you go. Change your hub colour, rim colour, license plate option on there as well. So, what we'll do, we'll start off here with this one. So what we have on both of the trailers, L1, R1 and left stick side to side adjusts our hitch in and out. So if you want to be further away from the trailer, you can be, or you can bring it right in. So you've got adjustment on the hitch if you want there. Then we have got on the low loader option, fold trailer. Depending on what beacons you've gone for, I went for the strobe flashing ones on this one. Tension straps on or off if you're doing it from in cab. And then, you know, it's a low loader. You kind of get the idea of how a low loader works. There you go. That's your low loader. Then we move on to our bale trailer. Now, this one, not I'm puzzled by it. I know how an auto-load bale trailer works, but what is very cool about this? Now, it has an option here, and it says under R1, it says bale configuration. Now, it's on square bale. If I go down the D-pad, it says 130 centimetre round, which is your 125s, 150, 180, then square bale. Now, I didn't notice that initially, so I just had it, I think, on 130. Pretty sure I had it on 130. And I still managed to bring out square bales. So I don't know if you actually do need to change that or not. I don't think you do. At the moment, I've got this unloaded onto the trailer. And I've said this before with auto bale loaders, is the bales can be ethereal, meaning they have no mass, they have no weight to them. Once you unload them onto the trailer, you can then tension strap them down and they have weight and mass to them. If I undo the tension straps and then I go back to here and do transport position, then I go to start charging. I've got to be careful they don't fling everywhere. There we go. So that has now reset those and they are ethereal. If I put the tension straps on now, the tension straps will go under the bales because they technically don't exist until you've unloaded them. Now if you want to transport them to and from locations like that, you can. because it's lighter and there's not as much risk of toppling and that kind of thing. But if you want to go more realistic and you want your bales tension strapped down, you need to unload onto the trailer. So this is our 32, I said, wasn't it? 32 square bales. Now when we come to unload bales, and we've got L1, right stick, there you go. So there's our right stick up and down. That's side to side. This is L1. R1, right stick side to side, right stick up and down. So we can really, you know, I've said this before when you do these. If you want to put them on top of a building, you can, whatever you want to do with them. But what's also very cool, and this is more relevant, I would say, with the round bales, and you'll see in just a moment, is because with the round bales, it doesn't put them on the stack, it puts them on the side. But this option here, L1, R1, and right stick side to side, we can tip our bales. So if you want to tip your bale stack and lay them down, you can. Now I would say, because with this, you can't go any lower than the trailer height, which is fine for square bales. If I unload these now, the stack should stay intact. Unload here, it will drop down quite neatly. With round bales, if you do that, they will tend to go all over the place. Some unloading options will give the option to put them right to the ground. That will work if you tilt your bales. So I'll show you now with the round bales what I'm talking about. This is how I unloaded them. So what I'm going to do now is go back to transport position, and then we're going to go back to start charging, which is our auto load. We're alongside our bales, and it will put on, hopefully, he says, our 52 bales. So that's how they put them up. So they're not on the stack when they're loading onto the trailer. And again with this, if I want to unload them onto the trailer, I'm just going to catapult them. So at the moment they are ethereal. If I do unload here and unload bales here, they are now loaded onto the trailer, and I can put my tension straps on for that more realistic transportation. But 52 bales, that's crazy. Now admittedly, they are the 125s. They'd only do 42 or 38 if you go for 150s or 180s. So what I'm going to do is transport position, and then I'm going to, please don't catapult. There we go. Some balers have been doing that, bale trailers have done that recently. So same thing, left, right, side to side on L1. R1, we've got a tilt and we've got our up and down. Now I'm going to bring them up a little bit here because I've got to tilt them. Now L1, R1 are right stick side to side. If I tilt these, well actually let me show you first. If I come, again, if we come down, they will only come as low as the height of the trailer. If I unload now, they're going to hit the floor and go all over the place, because you see you've got overhanging that end and overhanging that end. So what you want to do is bring them up, then L1, R1, rotate the whole stack, so they're not that way round, they are now on the stack, like that. And then we can lower the whole lot down, and it will go right the way down to the ground like that. Oh, no bales here. There we go. So now they've dropped down nice and neatly on the stack. They're not going to catapult all over the place. They're not going to roll off all over the place. There we go. Very cool. Nice to see it making a return. That's the Pavelli Rat Pack by DD. ModPassion. Next, we've got this. This is a representative. This is the Lemken VarioPack 110 by NicoPix's 4.86 megabytes download and 3 slots on console. If we go into our disc arrows, which is just here, that's where you'll find it. This is a front cultivator. Options on this, we've got work lights, or we've got lights with turn signal. We've got a 4 meter, 4.5, 5 or a 6 meter, which will fold up on your front cultivator. Those are the options. Nice and straightforward. This is what it looks like folded up. Jump in, unfold it. Now, disc arrows, usually, there's our work lights, there's our indicators on there if you've gone for those options. So disc arrows usually shallow cultivate. I don't need to turn this on, I just drop it down. So you can see where the crop was, it's shallow cultivating, and where it's just weeds, it's still cultivating. Obviously you haven't got that kind of debris left behind, which the shallow cultivation shows, but shallow cultivation shouldn't bring up stones either. So you can run this on the front to do your cultivating up to 6 meters, and you can run then a cedar plant or whatever you want behind it if you want to, like that. That is the Lemken VarioPack 110 by NicoPixes, which brings me on to the last of the mods for today. Did I mention at the start? I don't think I did. We have got a new map out today. The Rizu Forest is making a return by JM Gaming. I will get onto that again. I might do the prep this evening, then record tomorrow morning. Just trying to think time-wise now. Yeah, potentially. But I will get onto that map tour ASAP. So, final mod for today, and it's just over here. The MAN TGX 18500 4x2. This is by Cowshed 18, 43 megabyte download, 17 slots. It looks just like this. Not too many options on this one actually. You'll find it under your trucks, just there. 120 grand, 500 horsepower. We've got it with fairings and spoiler. Not at all, just the fairings or all again. Those are your options. We've got fenders type 1 and type 2. There you go. Those two options. Cabin colour does the bottom section. So let's say we go white. And then top section, let's go light blue. I don't know. Whatever you want to go for. It's entirely up to you. Or doing both the same if you want the whole cab matching up. Then we've got a rim colour option on as well, which does your rims. And again, depending if you've gone for the colour configuration mod, if you've got that installed standard, which I generally do now all the time, you can go for metallics and stuff on this if you want to as well. So, those are your options. Hop in, start it up. Horn. Oh, left thing to get going. Here we go. Lights. Just on or off. There's no main beam, there's no spotlights, there's nothing like that. There's no doors or windows that open, it comes just as it is. Interior, nice bit of rock. I do like it when the cab, it's the same with tractors, when you accelerate and you get that little bit of cab rock where it's kind of suspended for the comfort of the driver. And I love it when you can see that when you're driving, that stop and that acceleration. It's very cool. Lights, you can see the indicators on the dash as well when you're doing that. Nicely detailed interior. There you go. That is the MAN TGX 18500 4x2 by Cowshed 18. That is it for the mods for Wednesday the 12th of March. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. As always, thanks for watching.